Armand was a 19-year-old delivery boy. Every morning, he wore his faded blue delivery uniform, tied his old sneakers, and rode his scratched motorbike across the city. His father had died in a factory accident years ago. Since then, Armand became the man of the house. His mother stitched clothes at home. Her hands were always busy, but her eyes were always tired. Life was simple. Wake up, deliver parcels, come home, eat together, sleep. But Armand had one habit that made him different. If someone overpaid him, he returned it. If someone dropped money, he ran after them. If someone was rude, he stayed respectful. Because his mother always said, money can feed you, but character builds you. One night, at exactly 12:07 a.m., his phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. A calm voice said, "Deliver one special package tomorrow at 8 a.m. to the address I'm sending you, and your life will change." The call ended. Armand thought it was strange, but the address was real. Next morning, instead of his old uniform, he wore his clean white shirt and neatly ironed black pants. He even polished his shoes. He reached the richest part of the city. A massive mansion stood in front of him. Tall gates, marble stairs, silent surroundings. He knocked. An elderly man opened the door. White hair, expensive dark gray suit, sharp personality, but his eyes were lonely. "Your delivery, sir," Armand said respectfully. The old man looked at him carefully. "Do you know who sent this?" Armand shook his head. "I did," the man replied. Armand froze. The man stepped aside. "Come inside." The house was beautiful. Crystal lights, expensive paintings, large windows, but no family photos, no laughter, just silence. They sat in a large living room. The old man introduced himself. "My name is Mr. Ramon. I built one of the biggest companies in this country." Armand nodded quietly. Mr. Ramon leaned forward. "I have been watching you for 6 months." Armand's heart started beating faster. "I saw you return extra money to a customer who didn't have a notice. I saw you help a blind man cross the street. I saw you refuse tips you didn't earn." Armand lowered his eyes. "I just did what was right, sir." Mr. Ramon sighed. "I had a son." He paused. "He cared only about money. One day he demanded his inheritance early. When I refused, he left." Silence filled the room. "I have everything," Mr. Ramon continued, "except someone I can trust." He looked directly at Armand. "I don't need a delivery boy." He removed his glasses slowly. "I need someone to continue my legacy." Armand's breathing stopped for a second. "I want to sponsor your education, train you. One day, this business can be yours." The offer was unbelievable. Money, power, security, everything his mother had struggled for. But Armand asked softly, "If I accept, what about my mother?" Mr. Ramon looked surprised. "You live with her?" "Yes, sir. She is alone," Armand continued. "She waited for me when I had nothing. I cannot leave her when I have everything." The room became silent. Then something unexpected happened. Mr. Ramon stood up, walked toward the window, and wiped his tears. He turned around and said, "That is why you deserve this." The next day, Armand came back. This time, he wore simple, clean, casual clothes, light brown shirt and black jeans. Beside him stood his mother, wearing her modest but neat green shallower camise. She felt uncomfortable inside the huge mansion. Mr. Ramon greeted her respectfully. He offered her tea himself. That small gesture shocked Armand. Days turned into months. Armand started attending business classes. Now he wore formal suits during meetings. Navy blue blazer, white shirt, confident posture. But every evening, he still sat on the floor beside his mother while she stitched clothes, just to talk. He never changed his attitude. He still greeted workers politely, still respected drivers and guards. Years passed. The mansion slowly became a home. Laughter returned. Dinner conversations returned. One evening, Mr. Rahman, now weaker and older, sat in the garden, wearing a simple sweater. Arman, now a confident young businessman, in a sharp black suit, sat beside him. Mr. Ramon said softly, "Do you know why I chose you?" Arman smiled. "Because I was honest." Mr. Rahman shook his head. "No. Because when I offered you wealth, you chose your mother first." He continued, "A man who chooses love over money can be trusted with both." A few years later, when Mr. Rahman passed away peacefully, he left the company legally under Arman's name. But Arman did something unexpected. Instead of expanding luxury projects, he built schools. He created job programs for delivery workers. He started scholarships for poor students. And every year, on the night of 12:07 a.m., he would sit quietly with his mother, remembering the unknown phone call that changed everything. Not because it made him rich, but because it tested his character. And Apa said, "Sometimes life gives you one chance. Not to test your skills, but to test your values. Choose wisely, because character builds the future money can never buy."